Hey team, it's been a minute, but we're back. My name is Clint Hoagland, and this is Creating Electronic Music with ChucK. Last time we talked about panning and how we can use random numbers to help us make interesting patterns in ChucK. In this video, we'll talk about how to play samples in ChucK using the SndBuf Ugen. Firstly, forgive me if I say this thing wrong. It's technically a SndBuf Ugen, but it looks like SndBuf to me, and I use those two things interchangeably. The SndBuf Ugen is the class that ChucK provides for us to play back samples from our file system. Let's see how it works. In order for you to follow along, you're going to need to have a WAV file on your file system. Copy and paste one into the same folder that your ChucK.ck file is sitting in. If you need a WAV file, I've posted one on my GitHub. The link is in the YouTube description. Let's take a quick look at this thing in Audacity first. As you can see, what I've got here is a short sound file. It's about 6 seconds long. If we play it back, we can hear that it's just me playing an arpeggiated chord on my guitar. Okay, let's jump back into VS Code and write some ChucK. As you know, we've made a bunch of sounds in ChucK by wiring up oscillator Ugens through other Ugens into the DAC. For now, let's just wire this sound directly to the DAC. The SndBuf Ugen is called SndBuf, and let's name our sound guitar. Now, because this Ugen provides us with a way to play a file that's on disk, we'll have to provide ChucK with a way to find the file. This is a two-step process. First, we type me.dir parentheses plus the name of the file and chuck that into a string called filename. Actually, let's log that to the console to see what it does. As you can see, me.dir parentheses provided the directory that ChucK is running in. This is why I recommended that you save your WAV file in that directory. Now that we've got the path to the file on disk, we chuck that to our guitar Ugen's read property. Strictly, you don't need that intermediate string variable, but it makes things more convenient later on. Okay, so we've read our file name into our Ugen. Let's see what happens if we chuck 7 seconds to now. It just starts playing. That seems kind of crazy. We don't have to tell it to play or anything. The reason this works is this. When you read a WAV file into a SndBuf Ugen, the Ugen is set to start at that sound file's first sample, which is sample 0. When you chuck time into now, it plays all the samples from that sound file until it runs out of samples. When it runs out of samples, it stops. So you might be asking yourself, what if I don't want the sound buffer to play right away? The answer is that you can manually set the position of a SndBuf Ugen to anything you want using the POS property. If you set the position to the first sample after the last sample in the buffer, the Ugen stops. Conveniently, there's another property on a SndBuf Ugen called samples. Let's log the samples property to the console. As you can see, this sound buffer is 279,632 samples long. If we divide that by the WAV file sample rate, it's about 6.34 seconds, which is what we saw in Audacity, so that all works out. So if we want the Ugen to stop playing, we can set its position to 279,632, which, because the first sample is 0, will be the first sample outside the buffer, causing it to stop. However, it's more convenient to just chuck the Ugen's samples property back into its position property. As an aside, by now you might have noticed something a little odd. Sometimes properties use parentheses and sometimes they don't. It's a ChucK convention that when you want to chuck a value into an object, you don't use parentheses, and when you want to get a value back out of an object, you do use parentheses. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be a pattern in the ChucK language. Okay, having learned how to play and stop a sample using the SndBuf Ugen, what else can we do? Well, to start, if you're like me, the ability to set the position immediately makes me want to abuse that capability. Let's make a for loop and just set the position to the same place over and over and hear how it sounds. We can do that over and over and get sort of a glitchy quartet-esque folktronica sound, which I personally love. SndBuf Ugens also have a rate property. If we chuck a rate of 0.5 into guitar, we can hear the guitar play back at half speed. You can combine that with the glitch idea I mentioned before, and it sounds like this. Additionally, that rate property extends into negative values, at which point the sample plays backwards. Here's what it sounds like going half speed in reverse. I'm sure you can imagine all kinds of fun stuff you can do by combining the SndBuf Ugen with the things that we've learned about in previous tutorials. Play around with envelopes, randomization, delay, whatever you want. It's easy to turn a simple sample into a hypnotic soundscape or whatever else inspires you. In this tutorial, we learned how to use samples in ChucK by using the SndBuf Ugen. In our next tutorial, we'll learn about if-else statements, and we'll use them to create our own custom drum machine.